tabletop role-playing news. We aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG.
Hello, and welcome to Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG talk. I am Russ, aka Morris, or Morris, aka Russ. And with me this week is
PJ Coffey from the Southampton Guild of Roleplayers, also from Homebrew and Hacking Tabletop RPG Design. Russ, as ever, I am delighted to be here. And joining us also, doing an excellent impression of a hummingbird, as she does every week as we start the credits, it's the one, it's the only, it's the Ian Award nominated,
It's me, Jessica from EM Publishing. Yes, Annie Award nominated for sure. And the Annie Awards are happening this evening, today.
Yeah.
We don't have the results at the time of recording, as we are live recording 2 p.m. British Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, as we do every Friday. So next week we'll talk about the award
Next week
winners.
we'll find out whether or not Jessica is in fact going to have to legally change her name to any award winning Jessica Hancock.
I think it's going to remain nominated, and that's okay, because being nominated is very nice, especially if you look at the group of people I was put in a category with.
Mhm.
That's the real prize.
Anyway, we have got
it's all going.
a lot of news to get through today. In fact, so much news there on that slide that I just put up showing the list of news that isn't even all of it because I ran out of space.
You need 2 slides.
That's about 2/3 of the news. So we have got a lot of news to get through today. So shall we get cracking?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Oh, right. So we are going to start off with some news from Japan.
Oh, yes.
Here we go. Because Dungeons and Dragons has released a brand new Japanese adventure in Japan for the Japanese market.
Okay.
Called Oni's Right Hand.
I see.
So it was announced bizarrely on LinkedIn by the by Wizard of the Coast Japan's brand manager.
Marvelous. Why not?
Yeah, I imagine there were some local announcements in Japan which obviously we can't read, and they're probably
None of us read Japanese.
Yeah, this is not available internationally. It's not available in the English language. It's all in Japanese and only available in Japan. But it features 5 pre-generated characters, which come from the land of Karatur.
Yes, yeah.
Which, as you probably know, is the East Asian-themed continent in the Forgotten Realms, like far east of Faerun.
Yes, yes, which has previously been criticised, more or less rightly, as being a caricature of Japan and China. Poor Korea, not getting any love at all.
Yeah, well, it
outside the Weave Triangle.
Yeah, it already appeared in 1985's Oriental Adventures.
A fantastic name that's aged super well.
Yeah.
And then it got its own box set in 1988. But other than like in Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, where there's a brief mention of it, it hasn't featured in D&D 5e at all.
Oof, that's good. 30 odd years, what, 27 years or so? Of
88 to today? Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I can't know numbers.
I believe it got a brief mention in 4e, maybe.
Yeah,
definitely in 3e. There's definitely a mention in 3e, but they didn't get a setting book.
I have heard of it, so there we go.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good going for the Forgotten Realms,
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about this is Oni's Right Hand.
Yes.
It's not actually set in Karatur. It's just the characters come from Karatur. It's actually set in Phandalin.
Okay.
The town where the original D&D starter set was based.
Yeah, well, the Lost Mines of Phandelver. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe trying to bring the Japanese market into the bigger mainstream D&D.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what this is. So the basic plot is that there's a cursed glove from Karatur.
Right.
Arrives in town. It's called Oni's Claw. And that's what basically sets the adventure in motion.
Right.
So there's not much we really know about it because obviously it's in Japanese and it's not available over here. So all we really know is just some graphics. So we can see the images, the illustrations of the 5 pre-generated characters.
Yes.
Looks cool.
There was an announcement video in Japanese, which you can see on the LinkedIn announcement, and we'll have a link in the show notes. So you can actually watch it all. It's in Japanese, so if you don't speak Japanese, you won't understand what they're saying. But each of them, there's a voice actor for each one introducing themselves.
Nice.
Introducing themselves. I don't know what they're saying, but I'm guessing that's what
Context clues, yeah.
We'll have to wait for the dubbed version to come out, which should be about 6 weeks after the sub is released.
Yeah, well, people did ask the brand manager on LinkedIn under the post whether or not it was going to be available internationally for people outside Japan, and they said they were exploring options for global availability. But
Gonna see how it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess basically it needs translating, and
it's going up against a big incumbent like the Call of Cthulhu Massive is there, which has D&D been described as Call of Cthulhu with swords and spells.
Yeah. Because in Japan, D&D isn't a big thing like it is, like we're used to in the UK and the US. It's
and the sword world in Japan as well, which is big, which we'll be talking about in a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Why can't these D&D people use like a D100, like a civilized system, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's basically the same as D20, but it's basically the D20 is the same. It's just like got less room for granularity. So it's a shame it's about a glove, unless it's also a play on words about someone who is secretly the like a double agent of the right hand of the Oni, because otherwise Oni's right hand glove is probably less exciting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's literally a glove, a cursed glove. But maybe there is more to it. I don't know.
Maybe it's lost in translation.
We can have a quick look at the 5 characters, though.
Oh yeah, go on.
Each of them. You can see
you're watching in tiny vision.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you necessarily what or who they are.
Well, that's the druid in the middle there, the gnome with the phantom deer beside him.
Yeah. And one of them's definitely a rogue, the one with two daggers there, I guess.
It's just traditional, isn't it? I reckon that is probably adepts, monks, bottom right, the chap with the staff and just so many muscles.
Yeah.
Unless barbarian, but I think monk might be.
He looks
more
chill. Yeah, he looks more controlled rage opposed to just fury.
Yeah, we got some sort of spellcaster, maybe a sorcerer, maybe a wizard. Don't know. That would be the person with are they bunny ears or horns? I can't tell. It's too small.
I think it's a hat with horns.
Okay. Yeah.
I think if you click through to the link, if you're listening to this or watching this and check out the actual show notes, you can click through to the link. There's bigger versions of that on the article.
It looks interesting. It's got a typical Japanese art style, I'd say.
Now, what I'm interested in is that top left character who is wearing samurai armor, are they going to be a fighter samurai?
Who knows?
Because literally they have that whole subclass and everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll find out later.
I guess.
Anyway, we know nothing about it. Okay, D&D's released something in Japan. It's in Japanese. If you're in Japanese, check it out. If you do not, sucks to be you. Okay.
And also you can't check it out. Even if you are in Japan, you can't check it out until August the 9th as well. So I think they're rushing looking for it right now.
Week.
You got a week. You got to wait a week, and then it will be there.
All right.
We advise against holding your breath because that's a very long time.
For a week. Yeah, that's not ideal.
Do not do that.
Okay. So next.
Next.
Remember last week we mentioned some DLC for Forgotten Realms.
For Baldur's Gate 3?
One of the we knew the title of one of the DLCs, and that
included Astarion.
Astarion's Book of Hungers, yes.
Book of Snacks.
Yeah. Well, now we know what one of the others is too. So, the first DLC, Astarion's Book of Hungers, is going to come out November the 11th. And this is a digital expansion, so it will be D&D Beyond only, where players can indulge in their vampire desires with new player options, monsters, and adventure content, all shared by Astarion himself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What is interesting is that this is going to apparently include the Dhampir, Dhampir, which is basically a half vampire, as I understand it.
Well, that's certainly better than the way I've been pronouncing it, because I've always said it damper. But you know what, Dhampir? That just sounds better. And
it sounds a bit more Eastern European, I suppose. Dhampir.
Which is where popular mythology is.
Yes.
So Dhampir, that's pretty much a player version of a vampire.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's what happens when you soak a vampire in holy water.
Yeah, it becomes damper here. So they've done this before, like 3 times. There was the Grunge, the Locathar, and the Tortle were species which they released as DLC.
Yes.
And so it's not the first time they've done this. But this obviously is part of a larger book, Astarion's Book of Hungers.
I mean, Kerbal Press has had a Dhampir out for ages, as far as I recall. Why not?
I believe you. You.
But I don't believe you.
You don't. Okay.
To be contentious.
I shall bask in your skepticism.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, the other one that we know about, we know there's 2 more. One of them is secret. So we know on November the 18th, there's one called Netherill's Fall, and then on November the 25th, a secret 3rd DLC, which they're going to reveal soon. So we don't know what that is, but Netherill's Fall, you can explore the lost Netherese Empire in a time-traveling adventure.
They're really leaning into the meme here, like book 1, Book of Hunger, book 2, Netherill's Fall, book 3, question mark, question mark, question mark, step 4, Profit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Netherill's Fall. I mean, again, doing some really impressive stuff, because I've actually heard of it. I can even heard of the Nether Empire, where apparently they speak Netherese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, some spoilers. Netherese or Netherian. What's it called? Is it Netherese artifacts? Is that what they're called? Not Netherian.
Yeah, sure.
It's Netherese. Sorry.
Let's go with that.
Let's
call it Netherese. Why not? Let's make it
Netherese. That'll make it Nether easier to say.
Hey!
Some of those are included in Baldur's Gate 3. There are some artifacts, so you do get a bit of lore if you explore certain places of that. So maybe that's why they're linking that, because some people would have been introduced to that in Baldur's Gate and might want to explore it further, because it's not a fully fleshed out thing. It's just you learn bits of information about it, and it sounds interesting the way they include it. You're like, wow, let's talk about that a little bit, shall we?
Yeah, I think the Fall of Nether is related to wild magic, so maybe we've got that. I think it is. I can't be 100% sure, because I'm vaguely aware. Yeah. So it collapsed. Spell play.
Forgotten Realms is not your thing.
I mean, what can I say? I like a good red wizard, but I have picked up bits and pieces after running several years of Adventurous League, and I put it down. Onwards.
So we're going to stick with the Forgotten Realms for the moment, because as you know, when Wizards of the Coast releases books, they have alternate covers for those books, which are available only in local games stores.
Yes.
So last week we saw the covers of Heroes of Faerun and Adventures in Faerun. So people who want to see those, you can go and check back to last week's. But we now have a look at the alternative covers. These are apparently a print at Gen Con. So you have to go to Gen Con to actually see it, but we have got someone did a photo and posted it on EN World, so I've got it here. So this,
because Gen Con's happening right now.
Yes,
Gen Con is happening right now at this very moment. Yes, so the left-hand side of the print is apparently the alternative cover for Heroes of Faerun, and the right-hand side is apparently the alternative cover for Adventures in Faerun.
Like, this is going to sound like a bit weird, and it's not meant disrespectfully, but it's giving like Dali vibes, like Guernica, if you've seen that big old painting that he did about the. Do you know what I mean? Like from the Spanish Civil War. Yeah, it's just like the angles.
Different reference point. It reminds me of the artwork in like Sleeping Beauty and the Sword and the Stone, like the Disney ones, a little bit as well. Like less Disneyfied, obviously, but I like it.
Yeah,
So I wonder-
yeah, it's,
I wonder
it's
where the
very
cut-off
different from
is.
their usual style.
Yeah, so there's going to be a cut-off, presumably right down the middle there, I guess.
Yeah.
He's
That
trying to
chops
work
that
out how
dragon
they
in half. That chops that dragon in half, if that's a dragon or something winged in the middle there.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of winged demon, but that's
maybe,
fine. It's a
Yeah.
battle. Demons are going to get chopped in half.
I suppose so.
If
Part
you're
of the
lucky.
job description, I suppose. Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
it comes with territory in it, yeah.
Mm.
I'm sure they're all right with it.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I quite like it. It's got a very good versus evil vibe. I'm liking the particularly unhinged joy of that beholder. It's just having the best time in its life right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I love the tongue that's just flopping out there.
So visit your friendly local gaming store if you'd like a copy of that.
Yeah. We're flashing up those quotes again, are we? Okay.
Sorry, we're not.
Right. Next one is Purple Dragon Knight, Still Forgotten Realms. So, as you may be remembering, we talked about the Purple Dragon Knight in the Unearthed Arcana playtest probably 6 months ago or something. I'm guessing.
Sure.
Could be.
It does sound like something we do.
Yeah.
I will say to help people recap, the Purple Dragon Knight first appeared, also called the Banneret, in Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, where it achieved the distinction of being quite possibly the absolute worst subclass officially released, even worse than the 2014 Beastmaster, to the extent that it's so bad that people forget it exists.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really not very impressive. I'm like, I might as well just play a fighter and just not have a subclass, because it would be much the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, if you recall, the Purple Dragon Knight fighter subclass from the play test got a bit of pushback because it basically changed the concept of what a Purple Dragon Knight is. So the Purple Dragons are kind of like the troops of some place in the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah,
somewhere
it's
on the
okay.
North Coast, I would say.
It's okay if you've forgotten. It's fine.
Yes. So a Purple Dragon Knight isn't actually a knight that rides a purple dragon, but they made that subclass into a knight that rides a purple dragon, and which people said, well, that's not actually what a Purple Dragon Knight is.
I do see the problem. I'm like, could we not retcon it? It's all made up. No, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Like the nice lady there's got she's a Purple Dragon Knight. She's got a purple dragon on her badge.
Yeah.
Would it not make sense to give her a purple dragon? Do purple dragons exist in D&D?
I think so. Yeah.
The amethyst or something, wasn't it?
That's storm dragons, aren't they? I think. Anyway.
It
So
does sound much cooler that you actually get to ride a dragon. That cool. I'm playing D&D. I want to be a big, cool, fancy fighter. I'd like to ride a dragon.
Sure, and I get that perhaps you could make a subclass that does that, but I think calling it the Purple Dragon Knight is the wrong thing to do, given that Purple Dragon Knight is already something else in the world.
So
in a place where they already have purple dragons, yeah.
So if it was Pink Dragon Knight, that would be fine.
I guess.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'd love to see Pink Dragon Knights. But it's like if you're called Knights of the Unicorn in D&D, and you haven't, and you're like, oh, where's your unicorn? It's like, I don't have one. But you see, it's like you need a unicorn. I mean, it's just a bit silly otherwise. Anyway, sorry, don't mind me.
Anyway, they are retooling that subclass. So they're turning it into the Banneret.
Okay.
And there's been an image of a pre-made character sheet making its way around the internet, which I don't have a picture of here, I'm afraid. Sorry. But basically, this sort of Banneret is replacing the Purple Dragon Knight subclass.
Exciting.
Okay. Yeah. So it's got a few abilities. It's got a level 3 Knightly Envoy ability, which lets it cast Comprehend Language as a ritual and gain a proficiency in something, plus a group recovery ability that allows people within 30 feet of them regain 1d4 hit points plus the Banneret's fighter level.
How often is that?
That is when the Banneret uses its second wind ability.
Oof. Yeah. Okay. So they're still leaning back into that bad design, but all right.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically it is a support class, really. or archetype it feels.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Anyway, yeah, go on, crack on.
Yeah. So that is happening. That is happening.
Lovely.
And I think, have we reached the end of the Forgotten Realms book updates? I think we have. Not at the end of the D&D updates, but that is it for Forgotten Realms for the moment.
Yeah, I was about to say we've got a lot of D&D this week. The D&D press team have been busy.
It's almost like there was some kind of major convention going on, and there were lots of announcements coming out.
Oh, really? Do you think so? The UK Games Expo was months ago.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Why would you do all your announcements at con? Like, you know, do it before the con, then people can like.
I don't quite get that either. I think probably because they like the events and the sort of like having a big gathering of people to announce it to, and it's just a fun way to do it, I suppose. They announce it online as well at the same time.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
Yeah, why not?
It's about generating buzz, isn't it?
Yes,
buzz.
And it clearly works. We're talking about it. So, what is next from those people?
Next. You know,
those beach magicians, what are they doing?
The Sorcerers of the South Shore.
Yes.
The maps feature on D&D Beyond.
Yes.
So that
okay.
has been available to, I think, like master level subscribers on D&D Beyond.
For the premium tier.
Yes.
Premium plus. Yes.
Yeah. Well, as of this month,
yes,
it's becoming free to everybody.
Cool.
Actually, next month, September the 16th, it's becoming free to everybody. As long as you've got an account on D&D Beyond, you don't have to be a subscriber. You'll be able to host a game over on Maps.
Oh, I mean, I'm looking at this and I'd be like, my first thought was, has Roll20 changed which side it shows stuff on? Because it looks just like Roll20 to me. But,
it's a VTT. They all,
there's similarities to many,
it's a lot more simple than Roll20.
It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but I think for me, when I'm using Maps online, that will kind of do what I want it to do. I generally use the more simple VTTs anyway, because I'm basically just wanting you to know, can you get in a position to do flanking, roughly where is everybody for like distance for throwing spells and etc.
Yeah. And of course, Wizards ties in all of their official releases to Maps now as well. So if you buy the book on the D&D Beyond version of the book, you're going to get all the maps and the tokens and things that you need to actually run it in Maps.
Grand.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's nice.
Little Easter egg there for you on the map itself. It's got Sheila, Presto, and Eric, who names familiar to those of us who've watched the D&D cartoon. And also Nick D. So, never mind. They had a streak going, and then they broke it.
Yeah, it's Nick D. That famous character from the D&D cartoon.
Isn't Nico?
It looks like a D to me. But,
no, wasn't Nico the new one, the cleric?
Yeah, I think it is Nico, not Nicholas D. Because Nicholas R couldn't make it.
I think it's the new cleric they made.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
I think yours is funnier though, because it implies that there's many Nicks in the party, that they have to be differentiated by their surname.
It's more authentic to my experience of online play, where everyone's got their character names on, and there's just someone who's got their actual name on their character. And it's like, oh, okay.
I love a D&D party that has a real mix of names in, because my Eberron game is like we have some names like Jalia and Kazan, and then we have Nick and Emily also in the party, and it's a bit of a genre mash, so then it works and it's fine.
Bob.
Yeah,
I'd love to play a character called Tiffany at some point, because that's actually a name that's really old. But let's not go too far into that.
Yeah. Anyway, we have more Dungeons and or Dragons news, because those beach magicians keep doing things.
Doing things.
The Clearwater cleric. Let's spooky on.
Right. Well, you know D&D, and you know Steam, and
the game platform.
Yeah. Have you heard of the Temple of Elemental Evil?
No.
I have.
The Temple of Elemental Evil is a classic D&D module from back in the day. It's been remade for various editions. There's a big 3rd edition, Return to the Temple of Elemental Evil. There's, it's been around for ages. It's a big, famous D&D dungeon, basically.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. Okay.
there's a 5th edition freebie, the Elemental Evil Player's Companion, which contains like Genasi and Aarakocra and some other bits and bobs. Oh, yeah, it's pretty
Nice.
good.
Well, back in 2003,
Yeah,
there was a video game called The Temple of Elemental Evil.
yes.
Nice.
And that is being restored for modern
Mhm.
PC platforms
Oh,
and re-released on Steam.
interesting.
Nice. Is it a
Hmm.
single player game or is it group? Like, what's the
Single player.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I
As
don't
I
think
recall,
it's
single
gonna
player, but
be-
you control a party, I believe, but I cannot
Yeah.
tell you for sure. I can't remember.
It's
Yeah.
intriguing to me. I have a list of games to get through.
Yeah,
I-
I mean, I'm sure I looked at it in 2003, but I don't recall particularly.
I mean,
No.
I'm still not tired of Baldur's Gate 3.
Hmm.
And when I tire of that, it's probably when I'm next going to invest in some of the
I
games.
suspect this won't quite have the production values you're used to in Baldur's Gate 3.
No, but I love.
2003 game.
I also love like Sheltered, which is an 8-bit game from like 10
Mm.
years ago, and I play that a lot.
Yeah.
And that's yeah. So I don't need a good game is a good game. It's not about production
get you
values
playing
and
Val-
shinies.
We'll get you playing Valheim. You'll love that. Yeah.
I think that's on my list. I think that's on
you-
my wish list.
If you decide you want to play it, let me know, and we can like find some chickens and raise them together. It's very cute.
So that sounds exactly what I'd like to do. I think you're not the first person that has recommended this to me, and that's why it's on my wish list. So I will
Yeah.
let you know if I get unstuck off Baldur's Gate. Speaking of which, any Baldur's Gate news this week?
Gosh, I wonder.
Ooh. Oh wow, goodness, what am I looking at here?
These are collectible accessory packs, which will be hitting stores in October the 24th.
Right.
And these contain collectible trinkets, basically dice, coins, other bits and pieces. So,
Is that dice bags on the side of the box?
yeah. So
Question
5 rare dice, 3 legendary dice, 2 artifact designs, a rare astral prism replica, an oversized D20, a collectible coin, and a dice bag.
So it's a mystery pack. You get some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
I see.
yeah,
I mean,
cool.
yeah. I mean,
Like-
I don't know if they're randomized or not. It doesn't say
I
specifically.
think they are. I think it is a treasure pack, as in you buy one and you're not sure what's in it.
I guess maybe.
So it's like a booster pack for Magic the Gathering cards, but instead of being Magic the Gathering cards which you'd use to play the game,
They're
It's-
collectibles.
dice,
Yeah.
dice bags, and other stuff. Is that
Yeah,
is that right?
collectible trinkets.
Trinkets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do we have a price point on this fine offering?
No, we do not. All we know is that it's $349 for the great big pack, which I think is for a retailer to buy the big pack of the lot. I don't know how much the individuals cost at all.
Well, I think it said how many were in the giant pack on the previous thing, which was what, 60 odd, I think it was.
Let me look at it again.
Just-
I can't
I hope
see
someone's
a
reaching for their
number
calculator.
on there. No, I can't see a number. It's $324.75 for a display box of 25 packs. There we go. So $324.75 divided by 25. What is that?
About $13.
Okay, there you go.
Which is kind of what I'd expect to pay for like a pack of branded like collectible trinkety bits and pieces. So I mean, it's not something I'm going to purchase myself, but I know some people do like that sort of thing. And yeah.
Well, I mean, unless that's the retail price, unless that's the price, that's the wholesale price.
Yes,
stores,
you're
I
probably
guess.
going to play closer to 20 or more.
I would think, yeah.
It feels like a gifty thing that you get for somebody, like for your GM, that you're like, you like Baldur's Gate, here, have this as thank you for running the game. It feels like that sort of thing that you get at an appropriate holiday.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if you don't know anything about somebody's hobby, but you know they like this Baldur's Gate thing and you want to get them a thing, you know.
People like trinkets.
Is
They
that what
do.
you're fishing for, Jess? As a present for Christmas or something? Ooh, we can
No,
give people-
I do have a wish list of things I can send you, though, if you're looking for such things.
Yeah, don't see why not. Anyway, shall we move on?
We can. Let's move on to Stranger Things miniatures.
Hang on, we were just talking about a Stranger Things starter box set just last week.
We were, and these go with that.
Ah,
these are coming
pre-painted
from
models.
WizKids in partnership, obviously, with Wizards of the Coast and whoever it is that makes Netflix, that makes Stranger Things. So, Heroes of Hellfire is a set of 6 miniatures.
Oh.
And those miniatures are basically the characters played by the kids in the game that they play, the D&D game that they play in the show. So that's Lady Applejack, Taylor the Paladin, Nog the Dwarf, Sundar the Bold, Will the Wise, and the classic D&D Vecna, painted to resemble a classic pewter miniature.
There we go.
Huh. So they
look good, but I wonder what the difference is going to be like when people receive them.
Sorry, I'm just laughing because they painted a model so it looks like an unpainted mini.
Yes,
if I understood correctly. Marvelous, right? Well, that's certainly authentic,
but an unpainted mini of a different material.
I mean, really for me to expect otherwise. I mean, goodness, yes. Why not? Why not? Just throw it on my great pile of shame. Why not?
When is this available and how much?
Quarter 4 2025. I don't know exactly. So
end of this year.
Presumably a similar time to the Stranger Things starter box set, so that you can get both.
One would imagine.
Oh boy, the next news item. I've just seen what's next on our list.
Yeah. Are we ready?
It's our favourite topic.
Back.
Tariff talk.
There's been an update on tariffs, and it's not a good update, sadly.
Really?
Update. Yes.
It's about
I called it a down date, not an update. Update sounds positive. It's a down date. So the US has just announced a bigger change in how they're handling tariffs. So, Jess, do you want to talk a bit about this? Tell the good folks at home, what is the de minimis exception?
So, in layman's terms, de minimis is pretty much if you're shipping something, say I'm posting something from the UK to the US, if its value is worth below X amount of money, it doesn't get taxes and tariffs on. And different countries, a lot of countries have this, and it's different rules for different countries. So some are like, oh, if it's less than 1,000 in value, don't worry about it. And generally that's because countries don't want to process lots of tiny packages. They're mostly doing big port shipments. This was the case in the US, that shipments worth less than $800 weren't subject to tariffs and taxes and things. So that meant me as a publisher, if I from the UK was sending you a single board game that was presuming it was less than $800, which it would be, that would be fine. You wouldn't get taxed and things would be happy. However, the de minimis exception has been ended, and now tariffs do apply to shipments that are worth less than $800. So this means if I, with my board game that was manufactured, say in the UK, and is shipped from the UK to the US, will have tax and tariffs applied to it.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, this was done mainly because, it was mainly targeted at those $7 t-shirts that you're buying from China. That's kind of why they've done it. But obviously everything else in the entire world applies to everything else in the entire world as well, including
so that will
games.
Obviously that affects the wider industry, but that's how it affects the game industry. And if we remember, when we've been talking about tariffs, a lot of board games and tabletop games that include miniatures, complex plastic components are made in China and places like that. And so that greatly affects them, because if something is manufactured in China, even if I then ship it to us in the UK, to our UK warehouse, and send it out from the UK to the US, because it's manufactured in China, the tariffs for China are applied to that product because it's where the product is made, not where it's being posted from.
Unless, of course, you change the label on the package to pretend that it came originally from the UK, in which case you go to prison for fraud.
Yes, as I said, that is fraud. Because I've had some people online saying, "Why don't you just do this?" And it's like, because that's fraud. Like, why? That's like saying, "Why don't you just start selling cocaine?" It's like, because it's illegal. Like, you might make more money if you sell coke. Yeah, because that is illegal, and I won't do that.
We do not wish to go to prison. Yeah.
I wouldn't
Okay,
do
yeah.
well in prison. Like,
No.
No,
no
I
issue.
just that.
No. So there is some nuance to this. So
Discuss.
the good news is probably it
Mhm.
won't affect you as much as you think it will when you first hear that, because most of the board games and boxed sets and things like that, and dice and all that sort of stuff that US people in the US are buying aren't shipped directly to them from another country. They have been shipped into the US en masse via a big sort of like a big pallet of them, and the importer is already paying a tariff on that, so nothing's really changed there, and then they're just forwarding it to you from a US based warehouse.
Yes, so if it has domestic shipping, you won't get the bill.
So it would hit though very, very small creators who don't have a warehouse in the US and don't have a US distributor or fulfillment partner, who are just basically selling something maybe on Itch, or it
doesn't do print on demand. It's
I
mean, try for RPG, they print inside. So I think it's if you've done an offset printing run and are shipping into the US.
But Drive Through RPG will print in the US, then ship to you in the US, so it won't affect you. But small creators that are sort of like someone in, say, France or the UK or China or wherever,
mid-sized creators that aren't using print on demand facilities,
who are basically making small things and then sending them to people around the world, it's going to affect those products.
Yes, I believe my spies tell me that if it is an informational text, such as say an actual just a book or something, then it should theoretically be 0 rated and not have to pay.
Well, that was the next bit. Yeah, books. Yes. As yet, there were no tariffs on books. Yes. They haven't ever been. There still aren't. As we speak.
Who knows? But it is but Friday. Who knows what Fresh Hell the week will bring?
It is but Friday, but there are discussions about whether role-playing games count as a book or like a gaming accessory, and they are classified as different products in like.
So far, nobody's experienced any difficulty with
this. But people like me that do my job are very much meerkatting the horizon to check that's not the case, because if that becomes the case, it changes things greatly. So if you're ordering a tabletop role-playing game that is purely a book, this shouldn't impact you. But if you have something that's got like dice attached or even a GM screen or something like that, that could impact you, and it's likely to impact you probably for crowdfunding products where the person has already printed, made their things and are about to fulfill. That might hit you then, but it's not the creator or the publisher's fault. So remember that if you're dealing with this.
It's really hitting the mid-range people very hard, squeezing out the middle, because micro creators like me.
I don't think it's much change for the mid-range people, because the mid-range people will already be shipping them pallets of them into the US, or they're already paying tariffs. There's no change for them really. It's the smaller people who are sending individual orders. That's the people that will affect.
I think that this is where we really need to create a shared vocabulary in TTRPG, because if you're shipping pallets of books to the US for redistribution, I would challenge your description has mid-range. I would say you're one of the bigger companies at that point.
I'd say you're probably still quite small.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I compare us, say, to Wizard of the Coast, not even on the same scale, like exponentially larger,
Or someone like Chaosium, for example.
And arguing that these are mid-range creators is only possible if you include the significant statistical outlier, which is Hasbro. If you do what is good statistical practice and say, okay, we'll exclude the massive outlier, then suddenly it all becomes a much more usable data. Because otherwise it's like, here is one giant peak at one end, and here's a little tiny peak at the other, and that's Hasbro sales at this giant peak, and here at the other end is everything else. Anyway, sorry.
Herman Duca says, you are not tiny. Well, we are tiny. We've got 2 employees, me and Jess. The only way we could be tinier than we are is if one of us left.
Or you went part-time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just can't get any tinier, because otherwise their clothes won't fit.
I know. No one will be able to see me. I'm only 5 foot tall.
Yeah, you'll be.
The view
just
from
have
this
the top of your head.
podcast would just.
For listeners at home, Jessica has dipped her camera low so we can just see the charming gold band of her headphones. Anyway.
In a
What a
moment of
fun,
exquisite
what a
physical
fun
comedy.
bit of visual comedy for the podcast
Let's have a
listeners.
little pop quiz for you. A little pop quiz.
Okay.
Oh,
Who do you think is the longest running TTRPG company in the world?
who makes Tools and Trolls? So
I'm going to be
that.
quiet because I know where you're going with this, and that will ruin the game.
Well, Tunnels and Trolls was Flying Buffalo. Didn't it get bought by Rebellion a while back?
Oh, they sold out, didn't they? Yeah, all right. So probably not them then. No. It's not TSR. So yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Duker in the chat says Chaosium.
Good guess. Yeah.
Chaosium is the longest running tabletop RPG company in the world. Wizard of the Coast was only formed in the 1990s. That's a relative newbie compared to many TTRPG companies. Then, of course, it bought TSR and, took over D&D. But Chaosium dates back to 1975.
Amazing.
And has been running continuously since then. And they have got, to celebrate this, a display at Gen Con, which actually is really tiny in that picture. But that's only because the picture's tiny. But they've got a display at Gen Con which showcases the company's history.
Nice.
So, if you think about it, the stuff that Chaosium has done, so it was founded by Greg Stafford back in 75. The first game possibly you won't have heard of, maybe or not, but it was called White Bear and Red Moon back in 75.
Yes.
And that was set in Glorantha, which was the fantasy world which Greg Stafford created back in the 60s or whatever.
I want to say the RuneQuest setting, but that's probably wrong.
Yeah. So RuneQuest came in 1978. 3 years later. So while D&D technically came out before RuneQuest, Chaosium is still an older company than Wizard of the Coast. So that came out in 78. And then in 81, of course, in Call of Cthulhu.
Yes.
Which is probably what they're best known for, I imagine. If most people, if you say Chaosium, Call of Cthulhu is probably what they would first reply.
Yeah, Call of Cthulhu, RuneQuest, and Pendragon. Let's not forget.
And Pendragon as well. Yes. So Pendragon came a little later. Pendragon 6th edition has just come out actually in the last year. Just in the last year or two. I'm playing a game of Pendragon right now. In fact, well, not right this second. Obviously, I'm on a podcast right now. But
this coming Wednesday,
every other Wednesday, I'm currently playing it at your game club.
Yes,
and I'm enjoying it very much.
Good. Tim does an excellent job. We're lucky to have him.
Yeah. Well, Pendragon, of course, is often referred to as Greg Stafford's masterpiece, or his magnum opus, I believe, is the word he used.
His great work. Yes, that's fair. It's certainly very well regarded, and I played it one time at a convention. I had fun. Can't really argue.
Yeah.
Well, happy anniversary to Chaosium. 50 years. That is impressive in our little industry.
That is impressive.
Longevity.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not the only thing that's been around for a while.
Oh.
There are other things that have been around for a while. Maybe not quite that long.
Okay.
Not 50 years, but how many?
Well over 2 decades. Munchkin.
Oh, goodness, yes. I remember that came out apparently in 2001. Okay.
Yeah, so it's coming up on its 25th year anniversary.
Yeah.
Next year. And they are selling a great big box, which basically contains everything, as far as I can make out.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like to celebrate the 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
Over 700 cards in this thing.
Wow.
This big box, including the Munchkin chord sets and side quests and stuff. 50 brand new Munchkin cards as well. And various game boards, dice, bookmarks,
That's it.
meeples, pins, stuff in there as well.
That's a Kallax endangering weight of box there.
Yeah,
heavy indeed.
Yeah. No, apparently John Kovlik,
The Dark Tower guy. Yeah,
he's drawn over 8,000 cards for Munchkin over the years.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's a lot of cards.
Yeah, over a 25-year period. Munchkin's kind of that card game that every tabletop card game manufacturer wish they'd made. It's just so successful and so easily extendable, and there's licenses for Marvel and Star Wars and everything for it.
I think it's the other card game that everyone wished they'd made. Probably the first card game is going to be Magic the Gathering.
Well, Magic the Gathering, yes, okay, fair. Yeah.
I think a lot more work. I think a lot more work goes into playtesting and balancing Magic the Gathering, though, because the thing about Munchkin is it doesn't need to be balanced, because it's a take that quick game that's over, so you're not worried if something's overpowered. In fact, you want it to be, because that's part of the silliness.
There is no meta. There is only draw.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't heard of this before, and I know that Jess hasn't, because we spoke about this earlier. I wonder if you have, Peter. Have you heard of Dungeon Crawler Carl?
Yeah, that's a lit RPG book.
Excellent. At least one of us knows.
Yeah.
Tell us, please, what Dungeon Crawler Carl is.
I haven't read it because it's sort of on my... I won't go into the details of my to-be-read pile. Needless to say, it's very large, and there are categories to it, because that's just how I roll, because I'm that exciting person that you talk to at parties about books. But as I recall, there's a guy who is... It's like sort of a cross between a Running Man meets a dungeon crawl, and there's like shenanigans going through a dungeon, fighting monsters for views and profit. That's my takeaway from only having read blurbs.
Okay.
My reading of the back of it was Squid Game meets Aliens, and kind of a D&D fantasy theme.
Yeah, I mean, the description says...
Running Man is a Stephen King. It's very similar idea to Squid Game.
A former Coast Guard veteran and his ex-girlfriend's cat forced to compete in a dungeon crawl competition created by hostile aliens.
The ex-girlfriend's cat feels really specific. Like, you know?
I have to say, it's actually one of the biggest selling points to try and
read. Why is it not his ex-girlfriend's cat? Why has his ex-girlfriend not got his ex-girlfriend's cat?
Cats are
Has
fickle
he stolen
creatures.
her cat?
He's stolen her cat? I don't know.
You can't steal a cat.
That's very true.
You can only make it a better offer.
Yeah, that's why under UK law, cats aren't property, because they are deemed ungovernable. You can't, whereas dogs are.
But
you can steal someone's dog, but you can't steal someone's cat.
Yeah. Well, the reason I mentioned Dungeon Crawler Carl,
yes,
because it's not only a popular book series, it's now going to be a TTRPG coming from Renegade Game Studios, who have done a lot of licensed stuff. They did Power Rangers, Transformers, and My Little Pony, G.I. Joe. They do some of the World of Darkness stuff with White Wolf. So they don't. They do a lot of licensed stuff. So this is their latest.
They flog off White Wolf, or was White Wolf still part of them? Yeah, never mind. I'm sorry.
They worked with White Wolf. They're not. They weren't in the same company. No.
Right with you. Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this, because that's all I know. It's going to be a TTRPG from Renegade Game Studios, based on the book series.
Yes. Nice. For those of you who can't see the cover, it's very big and explodey with lots of weird-looking creatures on it. And I would say one of the things I didn't mention is it's very much humor-based, and it's supposed to be really funny. Like I say,
It seems like it leans in well to make a TTRPG of, because of the theme and the setting. I'm like, I can imagine what a game of that will look like. That makes sense to me.
I wouldn't expect a large Bible to be worried too much about canon. No. I do not feel it is that sort of game.
Yeah, which is great. Sometimes if you want to sit down and play a game, try it out. I don't want to do homework. I'm busy. I have demands on my time. I might have an ex-girlfriend's cat to look after for some unknown backstory reason.
Exactly. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, I may have stolen my ex-girlfriend's cat. Oh well.
I haven't.
Yeah. Well, sometimes cats just move house though.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't move house. That's part of
sometimes
the
cats
problem.
just decide I live here now. And
Yeah.
you don't
The
really have a
cat
lot of
distribution
choice in that.
system just happens.
Yeah.
CDS working as intended. Ticket closed. Anyway, so that's an incredible crawl. That sounds amusing. Best of luck to them. I look forward to the Kickstarter. I assume they're doing a Kickstarter.
Fair enough.
It's the done thing nowadays. Oh, well, that's
We
what
have
it's
not been told.
All right, looking for Renegade.
Yeah.
Okay,
Shall we
what's
talk
next?
about
Come on, let's go.
Daggerheart. Daggerheart.
Yes, you know what? I have the copy right here on my desk that I am reading currently. They have
Oh.
nice ribbon bookmarks, and I think they use
Oh.
the same manufacturer we do.
Standard.
No, I think a lot of this one was done by Longpack because they have the cards that go with them. So
Okay.
you have the book in a slipcase with a lovely card set.
That's a Chinese manufacturer, isn't it?
Yes,
So,
Yes.
Daggerheart is playtesting a new transformation mechanic, which lets you play as a vampire or a werewolf or other shapeshifters.
cool.
So this mechanic allows players to incorporate several classic monster types.
Yes.
Here we go. There's 6: werewolves, vampires,
Well,
and ghosts, reanimated,
okay.
shapeshifters,
Zombies. Yeah. Shapeshifters. Okay.
and demigods.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course.
Well, no dragons. Shocking. Anyway.
No dragons.
No.
No.
Not at
Well,
this time.
they're playtesting the mechanic at the moment, so I mean, maybe there will be more later. Who knows?
Maybe shapeshifters or dragons. Who can say?
Or maybe.
Okay.
Who knows?
I like the
So these-
artwork.
So these are like add-on
Snarling
character
wolf.
traits that the GM can give out narratively, or which can be used when you create your character. And each one has a benefit and a drawback, which the player is responsible for tracking. So the example we've got here is the vampire has to feed, or will make rolls with disadvantage. Or werewolves have a wolf form that have an extra damage die, but will also eventually trigger a frenzy that attacks both friends and foes.
Oh, that's nice. That seems thematically appropriate.
That'll be familiar to White Wolf players at Ainge Road, which is entirely in keeping with Daggerheart, so why not?
So players can only have one transformation per character.
Boo, cowards.
Ooh. So you can't be a ghost vampire. You can't be a demigod
Werewolf vampire.
werewolf.
Don't tell me what I can be.
Well, I'm not telling you what you can be. I am not telling you. Daggerheart is telling you what you can be.
I know. Yeah. Okay.
Not me. It's not my fault. Shoot the messenger. Wow.
Well, that's the only person I can see. I have to target my rage somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we've got some more Daggerheart news as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So they have announced a few bits and pieces. The first is Daggerheart class packs, which are going to come to Kickstarter, and it's a 76 card pack, which contains ancestry cards, community cards, subclass cards, all the cards from each of a class's 2 domains. So it's basically everything you need to play a specific class in Daggerheart.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you not get that in the box?
You do. If you get the core book and the box set, you get kind of all of them in there. But I think the idea behind this was to get, if you're just a player, you can just buy I'm playing this class, so I'm just going to get that instead of committing to the whole thing and presuming.
Right.
Which makes more sense, because if I was going to join a game of Daggerheart, I might be like, I don't want to know if I want to buy the full rule book and all of the cards in one go, because what if I try it, play a campaign, and it's not for me?
Yeah,
but I might.
One person buys the rule book, so the GM's got the rule book. A couple of the players might need to buy the wizard class back because
more than one wizard. Yeah.
And I don't know, how many cards do you actually get in with the core rule book? Do you get all 76?
There's a lot in there. It's a little box full of them, but I haven't counted them. But I think so. All the ones that are covered in the core rule book. So
Yeah.
It's up at the cards are up over there because I'm just reading through to digest and understand the system more than actually playing it at the moment.
Right. Well, that's not the only thing they've announced.
Okay.
They've announced a new campaign frame
Okay.
of Romantasy, which they're going to release in 2026,
Mhm.
which is focused on the Exandria in-world book Tusk Love.
Oh, that's the rom-com book that was released.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's out at the moment, isn't it? You can get it now.
So it exists in world, I think, doesn't it? And then presumably
Yes.
you can buy it as well.
Ooh, we can do a nice segue to romantasy things as well.
We could, but we've got other Daggerheart stuff to do, so we'll have to move away and then back.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, fine.
I know, sorry. If I'd left this to the last Daggerheart thing, we could have done that, but I didn't think ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, what can we do?
What can we do? What can we do?
Move on is what we can do.
So we have got collaborations have been announced
Mhm.
for some actual plays with Legends of Advantris, Dungeons and Daddies, and bonus action.
Nice.
Okay.
So they're going to be doing actual plays using Daggerheart.
Mhm.
And also, Daggerheart, you know that Jeremy Crawford and Chris Perkins moved over there.
Yes.
Also, apparently, Keith Baker is working with them as well. I don't know if he's employed by them or just working with them.
Yes.
But there's some sort of information about what they're doing, what they've been assigned. So Crawford is designing a devilishly scary campaign setting.
Okay.
We've got Chris Perkins is building a series of adventures that will span multiple different campaign frames and connect into a larger arc.
Okay.
And we don't know what Keith Baker's doing,
Mm.
but we do know that he's doing something.
Yeah.
That could be said any week, couldn't it?
I guess so.
Keith Baker's up to something is not.
We know he's up to something, but we can't tell you what.
No, I've just got something on the hotline. Keith Baker is currently eating breakfast. Okay. So.
Okay. Well, early start for him then.
Yeah.
But yeah, last time we spoke to him, he had his game of Immortal Greek Warriors, as I recall, which maybe it's time for him to get a new project out. That would be very exciting.
Did he?
Okay.
I'm trying to remember that now. My memory is shot to bits. What was that one?
Yeah. It's one where dying is part of the process of gaining experience and leveling up. As your character dies, they reincarnate, come back stronger.
Nice.
I don't remember all the details. It's been a couple of years, but yeah, it sounded quite cool. And yeah, I want to say age on, but that's almost certainly wrong. Anyway.
No, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Yes,
I know.
planning for those news items.
Okay. This is about another game that I've never heard of, but which is apparently big in Japan.
Yes.
Sword World.
Oh, yes. Well, you know about this, Jessica. Is that right?
Not hugely, but I do know that it's big in I had a little look into Japanese games that are big in the market there, and it's a very different landscape to what we have in the UK and the US. So I've seen the name, but I know very little about the system. But I do know that this title is now made available in English. So should I be curious, I now have the opportunity to read and learn more.
So there's going to be a Kickstarter in 2026, so it's a while off yet.
Yep.
To produce a Sword World 2.5 deluxe rulebook.
Yes.
Which is going to be an English translation.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. There's also a free 60-page one-shot, sort of basic rules version that you can pick up. But this is it's a fantasy RPG. I don't know. It uses 2d6s apparently. 12 is an auto success, 2 is an automatic failure, but earns you XP. Apparently it's quite crunchy. I don't really know much else about it, I'm afraid. But
I haven't read through the rules, but I know it's very popular in Japan, so maybe worth checking out if you like me do not speak Japanese or read it.
So we're getting towards the end now. Yeah, getting towards it. Yeah. Jess.
Yes.
One for you.
Yes, I have some fun news. So we were talking about Tusk Love, which is a D&D romancy book. And last night I was at the book launch for Date Night, which is on the screen, which is, we previously had the author Sam Parks on the show last year when we did that episode talking about romance and tabletop RPGs. And at that time she was publishing You've Got Chainmail, which is a rom-com novel, and it's based around a D&D group, and two of them fall in love, spoiler, and it's a 3-part trilogy. It's called the Roll for Romance trilogy, and this is the second one in it, Date Night, which features a nice pun. And so 2 of the background characters in the first one, this is their story. Spoiler alert, I think they end up falling in love. Yeah, I know, shocking for the rom-com genre. But yeah, so if your interests meet that intersex of enjoying rom-com books and you're quite nerdy, what's really nice about this book is the chapters in between. It has obviously the fiction, and then chapters in between also is a fantasy story about what the characters in game are doing. So it's split in between. So you see what the players are doing in their life, and then you see what the characters' stories are as well, which is a nice touch. And it also features generally nerdy things, like they go to a Ren fair. I think this one is based on Fantasy Forest, which is the event I was at 2 weeks ago. So the characters in there go to that event. So it's got general nerdery things in. And yeah, I just thought it was quite fun. And as Sam Parks has been on the show before to talk about romance and TTRPGs, I thought it was nice to give it a little shout out. It's now available.
Marvelous. Okay.
But will their love last long enough for a sequel? Well, that is the question. Read Date Night first, and then the third book, which I believe is, I don't know if the title's been announced, so I won't say it just in case, but I know what it is.
Okay.
I was about to say it.
I don't think it's your place to announce it.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was about to say, and I was like, oh, I don't know if that's public. I'll be quiet. But there is a third one coming.
And Harold met Sarah.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Well, I believe it'll be another pun based on the fact You've Got Chainmail and Date Night with a K. Anyway, but yeah, so that's a spicy D&D rom-com novel, if that's your thing.
Yes.
Okay. Next on the menu, Cypher system is getting a new edition.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, next year in 2026. So Cypher system's been around for 12 years, I think. 12, 13, something like that. Originally powered Numenera, The Strange, more recently the Magnus Archives. And it's D20 based. It's a multi-genre system, and the character generation has, you fill out the sentence, which is kind of like adjective, noun, verb. So I am a adjective, noun, who, verbs. Yeah,
well, you're quite a fan of that from your What's Old is New book with the character hook. So does that D20 based as well, though?
Not the D20 system. It uses a D20. It's definitely not a D20 system.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Tasks
have like a 1 to 10 difficulty scale, for example, and that's what you're rolling against, things like that.
There's various tags and stuff. I don't think I've played this.
We're thinking Ciphers, which is what the system is named after, which are basically one-use abilities, and they can take the form of an ability or an item or something like that. So that's kind of, and you can acquire and use ciphers. But anyway, there's going to be a brand new edition coming next year. It's going to have a bunch of changes, obviously. It's going to include a greater emphasis on subtle ciphers. A greater emphasis on subtle ciphers.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure what that actually means in the context of the game. I assume there are different degrees of cipher then, I guess.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's going to have genre-specific character creation.
Oh, okay. Right.
And it's going to come in 2 books, the character book and the GM's guide.
Okay.
Which pretty much do exactly what you think they're going to do. It's going to be obvious what they do. So there's going to be a crowdfunder soon, in late summer this year, and these books will come out in 2026.
I do like the cover arts. They, for the character rulebook and the GM's guide, they kind of mirror each other. So they've got different characters and things going on in the scene, but they are doing like the same pose, and it's like a mirror image of it. So when they're put together, it looks very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. It's got some things I like to see, like a sky whale. Love a good sky whale, me.
Yeah.
And there is a moon which looks like it's had a bit of an asteroid impact.
Yeah.
Through and through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon's best.
Love that.
Yeah.
Right then. We're nearly at the end now. Nearly at the end.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Hellfinder.
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 Now available on Google Maps.
So Jason Bullman is the person who designed Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Works at Paizo.
Yeah.
But also has his own little imprint called Minotaur Games. He's actually been on our show to talk about it before.
Yeah.
Nice.
A few years ago.
Woman's got Minotaur Games. There's a shocker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought? So Hellfinder is basically uses the Pathfinder 2E rule set to do a set sort of in the modern day, delving into some of the sort of horrible, hellish, nastier sort of stuff. So you work in the basement of the of Clean, the Code Department, Land Equipment and Asset Network. Which is
it's giving me vaguely Hellboy vibes. Yeah, like it's just like the use of the visual language that I'm receiving, because that's quite an old-fashioned looking document packet with Clean. It's very saying screaming 40s to 60s at me, and if I had a manila envelope to put it in, that's where I'd put it.
Yeah, well, the basement of the Hoover Dam is where you'll find Clean.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense.
I suppose.
Plenty of water.
Yeah. So he calls it a modern horror hack of Pathfinder 2nd edition.
Cool.
So it takes the basic rules of Pathfinder. It replaces some of the mechanics. Yeah. And you take on the role of an agent. You're sent to work in the basement of the bureau. Kind of an X-Files-y kind of vibe as well, I guess, to an extent.
A bit Magnus Archives-y as well.
Yeah.
Call of Cthulhu meets Pathfinder.
Yeah. What's interesting is it drops the class system from Pathfinder with a more free-form agent specialization and training system.
That makes a bit more sense. So you can be a bit more of a I'm just a small person facing esoteric horror vibe.
They've added a stress system.
I'm often stressed. That's good that it's included to get representation in game.
Yeah, we've got a system for physical and mental trauma.
Yeah, can get that too.
Yeah. Sounds like being a TTRPG creator, actually, doesn't it?
Hey! Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, it's funded in 4 hours, so presumably doing very well on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Shipping to US, Canada, the UK, the EU, and I think that's Australia and New Zealand. So
so it's on back. Yeah. No, it's done very well. It's done $27,000 so far. It's got 18 days to go. It's doing very well.
Nice. Good to see. Check that out on Backer Kit if that sort of thing is for you, I guess.
Yeah. Right then, our final item. Well, we've got two here. The first one, these are both from you, Peter. One says Steph from TTRPG Kids 207/450. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. So the things in PJ Notes which don't have a link are literally my notes to myself to help me remind me about important information to give.
Okay.
So this is a link. So the main thing that I had this week was a link to TTRPG Kids, which is done by a nice lady called Steph. Runs the TTRPG Kids account, which is on Mastodon and also on Blue Sky. And she has compiled, 407, a list of 407 games, which has been recommended as suitable for kids, and has been through and reviewed or linked the reviews for, I think, 201? I said
207.
207 of this 400 odd, 450, I think it was.
Yeah.
7.
Of these, which is a very impressive amount of work. I think it's really good. And got the various age ranges because children are different at different ages. In one of those shocking revelations. So, but I saw that it was going down as low as the age of 2+, which is a very young age. A perfect age to start RPGs. Can you start early enough?
Yeah,
Indeed,
put them while they're young.
Yeah, exactly. Going all the way up to like 10+ and so forth. So yeah, that's that link that will be in the show notes has a link to this database, which is being updated and has been from looking at the URL from when it was 120 to its current enormous size, and they do great work. Really, like it's a very underserved segment. And it's really good to have someone with experience. So I thought that was worth shouting out.
Yeah,
nice.
So congratulations.
Yeah, we got some pictures there of just like a handful of 4 of the kids games featured, but obviously, like you said, there's 470. Can't fit all those on the screen, so I just picked 4 random ones. So we've got Dino Riders, Fairies of the Mistglade, the Bullywug Buddies, and Space Aces.
Voyages in Infinite Space, it's not just D20 based stuff. There's a lot of other games available from a lot of stuff coming from itch.io, which will hopefully still be there. So there we go.
Nice.
All right, I think we're done.
We got through all the news, and there was a lot of news this week. A lot of things happened.
A lot of news, yeah. Well, next week we'll know who won the Ennies.
We'll share that, and we'll talk about our thoughts
we'll find
and
out
feelings.
Whether or not Jessica is an Ennie award-winning streamer.
I feel I know the answer to that already.
Yes.
You might be. You never know.
We're rooting for you. Who knows? Perhaps other people forgot to vote.
Well, literally, one of my friends did yesterday. We're having a drink. They're like, "Oh yeah, I need to vote for you for that." I was like, "You cannot. It's done." They're like, "Oh, so yes."
Oh well.
So if you've lost by 1 vote, you know who to blame.
Yeah, I'm going to go around, talk to her.
Yeah. Well, in our minds, you won. Whatever happens.
Honestly, it's nice to be nominated.
Yeah.
Being nominated is. I celebrated when I got nominated. That's when I popped a bottle of champagne that day. So that was the
well deserved.
Yeah.
Right, should we get out of here? Should we go and have a weekend?
Let's leave.
All right,
let's go
I'm
have a
going
weekend.
to go and look at some movie cars, including a Ecto-1, a Batmobile, a Herbie, and some others. Then I'm going to go and watch Fantastic Four, and then we're going to have dinner. Quite a nice evening.
Nice. Sounds lovely. I should let you leave so you can get on with it.
Yes, before I do that, I've got to do all this post-podcast stuff, so I better get cracking.
Get to work.
Right.
All right.
See you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All the tabletop role-playing news. We aim to amuse and we aim to enthuse. And Morris's unofficial tabletop RPG.